There we go. There we are, all shared to where it's supposed to be shared, I think. I think so. Anyway. I'm just sharing out to a few groups, so excuse me for a moment. Can I ask you to share as well? Do you mind? Please, it would be awfully nice if you would. I can't see what else to. I'm supposed to share. I don't know. Who knows? Oh, that'll do. I get fed up sharing. I don't mind sharing once or twice. Then I get fed up. Let me pop over there. I know I'm a little bit early, makes a change. Not usually early, and I'm hoping I'm on the right pages. Otherwise, nobody will be here because nobody will expect to see me. Hello. Thank you, Stephanie. Hiya. Hi, Dawny. How are you doing, sweetheart? Just waiting to see if any more come on before we start. Usually I'm terribly late. Hello, Cindy Litchfield. How are you, sweetheart? Nice of you to pop on. Oh, I'm coming undone here. Rather not good, is it? If all my bits start popping out, you'll have to tell me that my blouse has come undone, because I won't notice. Crazy. Right. Right. Stop laughing, Dawn. It's a nice top, this is, but the buttonholes are a bit big for the buttons. I've been thinking about putting some stitches in, but I'm so lazy. I haven't bothered doing it. I don't know whether Kathleen is coming on tonight, or Amy, our mods, because I haven't had a chance to speak to anybody. So I didn't ask anybody. Hello, Sally Ann. First time here. I'm going to need a spiritual guidance. Okie dokie. Ah, there's Kathleen. Hi, Kathleen. I'm glad you joined. What we're doing tonight, we're not going to read cards, although it may be if we don't have many people in or spirits decide not to show up. Can't force them. We're going to do spirit connections, so we're going to do spiritual mediumships. So things are going to be a little bit different tonight. Okay. Hi, Peachman. Peachan. How do you spell it? Pronounce it. Peachan. Or Peachan. I don't know. It's a beautiful name anyway. I quite like peaches. Yeah, so what we'll be doing is writing down questions, okay? I want you to write a question down for me that I can answer. If it's a spiritual question, write a question about the spirit world that you'd like an answer to. I'll see if I can answer it. The question that I'm drawn to, okay, that will be the person that I'll hopefully be able to get a spirit for. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Fingers crossed. So there won't be a list tonight. All we'll be doing is you write your questions down, and then the question that I'm drawn to will be the question that I'll answer, and then we'll try and find a spirit message for that person whose question I answer, if that makes sense. It does to me, but then I'm a bit peculiar, so I don't know. So when you think of a question about the spiritual world that you would like an answer to, I'll see what I can do. Just excuse me, I've got sunflowers out in the garden and the back door's open, so. Okay, so keep those questions coming, and the question that I'm drawn to. It's a little bit different, Stephanie. It's a different way of doing things, isn't it? Okay, Sally Ann, did those 2 feathers that you found last week mean that you get shortlisted for that flat? Okay, so what spirits do, they send us signs and signals, okay, and they use various ways. Feathers are one way that they can contact us living. They put feathers down, and you hear about robins or chickadees, and what's the others that they have? Butterflies, that they'll show themselves as these, and so that, and sometimes a music played on a radio, a piece that you recognize. These are ways that they can prove to us that they're still around, because it's very, very difficult. Unless you can see spirit, you wouldn't know that they were there. I mean, along with the actual touches of the face, or maybe a whisper in your ear, that sort of a thing, or coming in dreams and that. But with the feathers, I wouldn't say that the feathers were definite that you're going to be shortlisted for the flat. I think that those feathers would have been to have shown you that the your spirit family around, and they will be, they understand, and they're with you, and they're rooting for you, So you have to excuse the dogs, please. Come on. So the spirits will be rooting your family. If anybody wants some dogs, you can have 2 for nothing. Oi, come on. Now stop it now. You get excited sometimes. So yeah, that would be that. But they'll be with you, and they'll be spurring you on, and letting you know that they're there and they're rooting in your corner. So hopefully that you will be shortlisted for that flat. It was on the same road as that flat. But it you know, it shows that they're with you and that they know that that's what you want. That would be the sign. It would be really to say that they know that you're hoping to get the flat, and they're there and they're rooting for you. I mean, if they can have any authority over it, obviously they would, you know, make sure that you did get it. But I think it's more likely that you know that they're there and they're rooting for you. Okay, and you know, the fact that it's right there near the flat is a good indication of that, you know. So fingers crossed for you for that. There is a lady here in spirit for you. Now this lady, I've got a feeling that you can take her at least. She's about, I'm not really sure, I would say around about 60s, 70s. She passed over probably when she was older than that, but to me she looks as if she's in her 60s and 70s, because of course when the spirit comes back to us, Sally Ann, they come back at whatever age they want to. So it's oftentimes very difficult for us to work out whether it's the age when they passed or the age they want us, you know, that they were happy at. So this lady anyway is in her 60s, 70s by the look of her. And she's a very nice lady. Now she would have had problems with her tummy, because she's got a hand on her tummy, so she would have been having some sort of digestive problems. And she's running her heart up, so whatever it was that started off in the tummy, you know, would have been coming up toward her chest. So she would have been the lady, I think, that would have passed you feathers, you know. But she's a lovely looking lady. She's got glasses, but I don't think that she wore them all the time. I think she was somebody who would sort of take them off and talk to you and then put them back on, and then take them off and talk and put them back on. She was that sort of a lady, you know. She is very nice, and I'm pretty sure that yes, that she is the one that's been giving you the feathers. She's got a little dog with her that passed over, and it used to be her dog. She's showing me this little dog. It's got little spiky bits of hair sticking up all around his little face, around his whiskers, and whiskers you call them, don't you? He's got little whiskers, and he would have passed over just before her, I think. And she wants you to know that she's got the dog that she's always wanted or she always loved. She's got that little doggy with her. So that's what I've got for you. And she's, you know, she's wishing you all the best, Sally Ann, and she is really rooting for you and hopes that you do get your new flat. Okay, darling? Or house, or whatever it is. She is really willing it on. And the feathers would have been from her and possibly other loved ones that you've got in spirit. Okay, my darling? So I hope you can take that. Okay, let's have a look and see if I get drawn again to somebody next. That was nice. She was a lovely lady. A lovely lady. I can smell bacon as well. So she would have been happy baking. I can still smell cakes or something, or bread or something. So let's have a look. Let me just have a little slip of this. I know it's gross. I should get a glass. I am awfully lazy. At least I'm honest, I am lazy. You're very, very welcome, Sally Ann. Very welcome, darling. Okay, can I have a question again? If you write a question down, then as I'm reading the questions again, I'll see who I'm drawn to next. So everybody write a question about the spirit world. Something that you've been, you know. She loved baking and cakes. That's what the smell is, Sally Ann. It's still coming from her. She smells of baking, you know. You can smell it. Very homely lady. Let's get the rest of those questions in, and let's have a little look, see who we got. Well, there are some other people now I can see here. If you can write down a question, let me have a little look and see them. I'll answer your question, and then after I answer your question, I've got a gentleman by the side of me who is sort of poking, poking at me, little rascal. Kathleen, you keep hearing music in your house and you don't have anything on. That's a clair, that's called, that you are a clair. It means that you're clairvoyant. There are many clairs that makes up clairvoyancy, and audio is one of those clairs. You can be audio voyant, you know, so you will hear things, and because you can hear music, you're actually hearing spirit music in your house, and that's why you hear without anything, the radio or anything on. So you are literally in touch with the spirit world, Kathleen. And that again is their messages. It's their way of getting in touch with you, so that you know that that they're there with you. You know, it's that little connection that you'll have with the spirit world. Okay, I've got your mother. I've got a gentleman as well here. So these two people, the gentleman that keeps poking me in the top of my arm is with the lady. Now the gentleman is very, very nice, and he's saying, you know, tell her we love her, tell her we love her. And the lady is saying to him to move out of the way because she wants to get a word in, you know, and he's sort of pokey. All right, he says it is important that he tells you that he loves you because he has never said it enough, and he is sorry for that. That's why he needed to tell you that he loved you. Now your mother, you asked about the house. Your mother is happy for what's happened to the house. She says that she understands that she understands that nobody would live in that house, even though some wanted the house. She understands the reasons behind everything, and yes, she's happy with what's happened. She just wants everybody to be at peace and happy with them, and she doesn't want to have caused any problem whatsoever. Okay, that's what she didn't want. She didn't want to cause any problem within the family. She said whether or not, I don't know why she's saying this, but she said whether or not you believe that, Kathleen, that's the truth. She never really wanted to cause any trouble amongst the family. And whatever happens to it, she's happy with whatever decisions that you make. Your father, he's just, you know, he's literally just desperate to let you know that he does love you. And, you know, like I'm saying, he said he's sorry because he didn't tell you enough. Okay? Your mum said that she knows that there's been problems and that there's things that you need to help with to overcome. But she's saying that she wouldn't have been any use to you, even though she knows that you've actually asked her and spoken to her, and you've asked her if, you know, wish that she was there to help you. But she said that Kathleen, tell Kathleen, she knows that I wouldn't be able to help. She says she knows that you know that she wouldn't be able to do anything because she wouldn't have been, you know, just couldn't have coped. And she doesn't know how you are coping. She thinks that you are doing absolutely wonderful. All right. Hello, Dirk. Hi, Neil. Yeah, she's it's like she needs to tell you. She needs for you to know. She's saying there are many things that she should have said over to you and the rest of your family in your lives, that she didn't say. And now it's not that she's regretting it, but she wishes that she had said it, but she knows there's nothing she could have done about it. It's because that's her way. She said that's her way, and there's nothing she could have done about it. But she wants you to know that everything's fine. They're okay, and they do listen to you when you talk to her. Okay? All right, they do listen, they do understand, and they are happy to hear. And they, they are happy that you actually will talk to them. Okay, so that's what I've got for you, Kathleen. I hope that's all right, my darling. I'll leave that with you. Hi, Julie. Hi. Right, so if you could write a question down, a question about the spirit world. You're welcome, Kathleen, my darling. You're very welcome. Write a question now about the spirit world that you'd like answered, and I'll answer it for you, and then I'll read for you. Hi, Marianne. Do we have any more questions about the spirit world? Okay, Cindy. There is a lady here. Now, this lady is showing me a vision of somebody around about 30 to 35 years old. Like I've said before, that's the age that she's portraying to me, Cindy, and I don't know whether that's the age she passed at or that's the age she wants to be remembered at, because they can come back at whatever age they want. Okay, so this lady is showing me a 35-year-old-ish lady, and she's a very smart lady, and she's got short, so maybe to shoulder, a fair colour hair. I don't know whether it's dyed fair, I'm not really sure. A strawberry sort of colour. She's here, and she is standing there, and she's looking quite happy. She's got a bag over her shoulder, so I think she would have had that when she was on the earth realm. She's holding her bag on her shoulder. So I think some people have always got a bag with them, and this lady certainly has got a bag with her, Cindy. I feel she passed with, I'm not sure whether it was cancer. I'm not sure, but when she passed, it wasn't terribly easy. She had been ill for a little while, and it wasn't easy. She's saying to me it was, she did have some pain. Things weren't easy. Life had been a little bit difficult for her. Yeah. She wishes it was a little better than it was. But she's through, she's happy, she's okay now. What was the question you asked about her? If I can find it. Does Mo want you to stay living with his widow? Mo then is a gentleman, yeah? Does Mo want you to stay living with his widow? She died of, is Deb, is it? Died of cancer. God bless her. She said it was a bit difficult for her, But wasn't wonderful at all. She did have a little bit of pain, and things weren't wonderful, but she's all right now, Cindy. She's okay, and she's happy. She's pain-free. She can do and go wherever she wants and see people, and she does visit all her friends, you included. I feel that when she was on the earth, she had a lot of friends, She was quite a likable person, and people just liked her, Now she's telling me that she thinks it's okay with your living arrangements, but of course this isn't Mo. This is the lady, Deb. So, you know, she is saying she's happy with your living arrangements. So she thinks you're doing the right thing. That's somebody, you know. But she says that you have to do what you want to do and be happy, and don't stop doing what you want to do, because life is short. Do what you think is right, is what she's saying. Do what, just keep saying it. Do what you think is right. Do what you think is right, Cindy. She's literally saying it over and over, because life is short and nobody knows when the end is going to come. So do what you think. All right, my darling. So that's your message, Cindy. All right. I'm sorry to hear she passed with cancer. It's not a very nice thing to pass, is it, with? Not very nice. And Donna Sarad Duquette, your friend Sandy died of cancer this morning. Donna, I'm so sorry for you, darling. I'm so sorry for you. You're welcome, Cindy. Donna, if she died of cancer this morning, sweetheart, then it would be very, very doubtful that she would be here. When people pass over, it's my belief, it's what they've told me and what my spirit guides have told me, is that they go through a transition, and it's a big transition from life to death. It's like being born. When you're born, you've got, you know, I mean, it would take a few days at least for you to get your head around what's going on, you know, what's happening. And it's the same thing when you pass. It's a while before you know what's going on. And also, Donna, they have to, it's like they're debriefed, if you like, you know. They have to talk to those angels or the guys that they have up there, you know, on the spirit realm. They have to be explain things to, because very often people don't realize that they've actually passed away, and it is a big transition to go through. So there's a lot of that. So I think if she passed this morning, she's not going to be able to talk to you. You know, she would still probably be in transition. So I would, if you try again, maybe next week, or maybe in a few weeks, that might be more suitable, you know. Sometimes they do come through very quickly, but I think the same day is a bit, I think that's a no-no, darling. So I am very sorry about that. But trust me, if she's passed, she's in a better place, you know. You're very welcome, Donna. But she'll be happy where she is, honestly. And she'll be learning so many things. She'll be sort of in awe of what's going on. So don't worry about her at all. Okay. Let's have a look. Dawn, is your uncle with his wife and your mum and dad? Okay, I've got your uncle here, and he's saying that he hasn't had a chance to talk. This is the first time he's had a chance to talk. He's sorry that he didn't see you for a while, but he doesn't want you to worry about that. He knew that you were busy, and he's been, you know, he had things to do, not to worry. And of course he's with his wife. He's with your aunt, and he's very happy to be. He said that they were apart for too long, you know. They were apart for too long, and he's okay now. I don't have your mum and dad here, or your aunt, but I have got your uncle, you know, and he's quite happy because he hasn't had a chance to talk to you or to contact you since he passed away. So this is his first time of contacting you. And he said it's all so new, and he's sort of shocked and surprised because he didn't think life after passing over would be as good as it is. He wasn't really a believer. He didn't do all this God stuff, he said. But you know, he thought that when he passes away, that's the end of it. All gone completely. But it isn't, and he's there, you know. Hi, Derek, how you doing? You know, for him to be on the other side is a bit of a shock. I suppose it must be if you think, if you're of the belief that when you die, that's the end of it, you're gone and disappeared, then to sort of wake up somewhere in a light and surrounded by angels or spirits or and your relations that have passed away, and it's got to be a bit of a shock. It's a shock enough when you do believe, but if you don't believe, it's got to be one heck of a shock. And that's the way he is. You know, he's saying to you, Dawn, it was such a big shock, and he was so surprised, but he likes it there, and he's so happy to be with your aunt. Okay. Oh, and your mum and dad as well, he said. And your mum and dad, but they're not here. But he said that just to tell you that he loves him, that he loves you, sorry. And he says to say hello to your husband. Yeah, and he's saying goodbye now, Dawn. All right, my darling. He's a lovely man. He's quite funny. It's quite funny because sometimes it's not often that I get people saying that it's a shock for them when they don't believe. And finding yourself and realizing, oops, there is a life after death, and what a surprise, what a shock it is for them. But I think that's wonderful, you know. And he's so happy. Quite nice. Yeah, he was a nice man. He seems a nice man now, you can tell. You know, he lost a bit of weight though. He lost quite a lot of weight, because you could see he was very slender man. But he's happy. So there you go. You don't have to worry about him. Okay, so questions. Can I have some more questions? Whew. That was lovely. That was lovely. Imagine that, you know, you go through your life being a non-believer. I don't believe all this nonsense. And then you wake up and you're on the other side. That's got to be a big shock for somebody. It's going to be a big shock when you pop off and find out you've passed away in the first place. But to find out you've passed away and there is something on the other side, got to be a big shock. Peachan. Mike, is that his name? Mike. He didn't say his name. He didn't have to. Peachan, your mum. Okay, Peachan. Your mum does come to you in dreams, but she finds it very, very difficult. Does that make sense? Now, she's saying to me she had a hard life, okay? She had a hard life. At the beginning, when she was young, she had a struggle. And she said that things weren't easy for her, and she struggled to bring up her children. Yes. And she said that she's, you know, her passing wasn't easy either. She had a difficult passing, but she was so relieved when she passed over that everything is wonderful and is everything that she thought it was going to be. Okay, Peach? She's does come to you in your dreams, but she doesn't have a lot of energy, I think, you know, and I think maybe that's why you and her are not connecting. Or it may be that she's not sure how to connect. Not everybody does, you know. There may be other ways that she could connect with you, like I said before, with the birds and the butterflies and the feathers, that sort of thing, you know. But she said she does come to see you, and she sees you sleeping, and she strokes you on the face. And sometimes she'll see you rub the side of your face, so she knows that you do feel her, you know. And she doesn't want you to think that she doesn't come to see you. because she thinks you think she doesn't love you, and she does love you. Okay? She loves all children. She's saying, I love all children. And you know, she does love you. She is trying to connect, but it takes both sides. It takes things from your side and her side. And if she is so happy to be where she is, and you want to see her, it can be that you're both trying too hard. You might be sort of trying extra hard to see her, and you're not seeing her. And sometimes it just takes a long time. You know, some people never see them in dreams. To be honest with you, I saw my son, actually saw him in a dream, but it was more of a vision, you know, a connection. And he's been gone for 3 years, and that was the first time I saw him, and that was last week, the first time ever. When people ask me, I used to think, no, he doesn't come. But there's reasons that he doesn't come, and you've got to sort of try to understand that. And yes, it's painful. It is painful, but when they can come, they will come. You know, they can't find all the energy, maybe. You know, there's lots of reasons that we don't know. All right, darling, but she does love you. She loves you so very much. And don't think she doesn't try to come to see you, because she does. She does get to see you. And she wants you to know that she loves you. All right, darling? I'm going to leave you with that for a minute. And I'm going to have a slurp of my drink out of my big fat bottle. It's not a very posh bottle, is it? Not one of these little yuppie. Do you know, Pichan, if you talk to her, she can hear you. And she will be doing, trust me, she will be doing everything she can to help you. It's, you know, from what she can do over there to influence things in your life, she will be doing. She will be doing. And she knows that you love her, darling. And she knows that you need help, because that's what it is. They know everything, you know. Our loved ones know what we're going through, trust me. Okay? And whatever she can do on the other side to help you, she will be doing, darling. All right? Don't feel that she doesn't love you, and that's, you know, that's a problem, because that's not what it is. That's not what it is at all. She does love you. All right? And if she can help you, she will help you. But it is difficult. You're welcome, Pichan. Oh, dear. Lisa Davis, you need confirmation that you're doing the right things in your life. There's lots of people in spirit that you've lost, isn't there? Lisa, there's quite a lot you've lost. And your ancestors are around you quite a bit. Because there's not just one or two here, there's a few people. I can feel definitely more than one spirit here for you. Now I can smell a gentleman who, because I can smell a pipe. I can smell pipe smoke. And then there's the lady. And now this lady is the same as this other lady that the other lady had, because I can smell the same smells of baking cakes. So I would assume that it was a grandmother-ish lady, because I can smell exactly the same smell as I had before. Exactly the same cake smell. So I imagine a grandmother, and the gentleman with the pipe, I would imagine maybe a grandfather or a great-grandfather, because of the pipe. Because you don't see many people smoking pipes nowadays, do you? Unless they're extremely elderly. Now these are two people that you have felt with you, Lisa, right? That you felt them with you before, and you know who they are, apparently. That you know that you have sort of had some sort of psychic contact with them, yes, and there are other people with them, but they're not as strong to come through, the other people, but there are quite a few people here for you, but these two people are the strongest, so they've probably been there longer, but okay, so the lady is saying you have to follow your heart, Lisa. You've got to do whatever you think is right and follow your heart. Hi, Agaska. Okay? She's saying it's no good you asking other people for their advice when you have the answers inside your heart. And look to your heart, she's saying. Look to your heart for all the answers. You know you're doing the right things. You make these decisions. Look to your heart. She said that she's seen you quite a few times, and you know you've felt her around you. She said she knows that you felt her around you before. You know, definite. She's saying definitely you will know who she is, and you know you've had her around you before. And she is quite a nice lady, but she's saying tell her to follow her heart. Don't listen to other people. Don't ask other people. You know. It's quite funny. She's just saying, "What's wrong with you, girl? What's wrong with you, girl? Follow your heart. You know what to do, and you know what's right and what's wrong, and what if you think you're doing the right thing, you're doing the right thing for you." So I would say definitely they are. Whatever it is, you're doing it right. They're a lovely, lovely couple, and they're sending you their love, Lisa. And keep talking to them. So you've been talking to them before, apparently. They're saying keep talking, okay? So keep talking to them and you will have messages from them. All right, darling? I hope that's okay, Lisa. Well, your grandfather, I think it is, and he had something wrong with his heart, didn't he? Because he's showing up here that he had quite a bit of pain when he was around, right up here. Right up here. But he's okay, he's happy enough, but he said you already know. You already know. A lovely chap. It's okay, there you go. Ooh, let's have a look here. Hello, Angela, how are you? Can I ask you to share, please, people, if you don't mind? If you could share out, I'd be so grateful. Let me have a look. See who I'm drawn to. If you've got any questions, put your question down, and when I read your question, okay? Oh, we haven't had any trolls in, have we? How nice. Jodie Dunning. There is a gentleman here, and I feel that he's connected to you. I've just looked down the names, and your name just literally has strung up to me. Okay. Okay. So this gentleman said that he's been around you. Okay, Jodie, he's been around you, and he said I don't know what he means, but he said you must have smelled him. You must have smelled him, and he straightens things. He straightens things as he walks past. If he sees something that's crooked, he'll straighten it. So I don't know whether he had an OCD about people not doing things right. I don't know, but he's just, tidying things, straightening things as he's going along. And he said you must have smelled him. You must have known that he was there, Jodie. Now, I'm not sure what he passed with, Jodie, but he's saying that he had something, and it wasn't diagnosed properly. And then by the time they found out, he said his card is numbered, whatever that means. I suppose too late maybe that means, I'm not sure, but his card was numbered. He's quite a tallish chap, I'd say tallish, about 5'10", 5'9", 5'10", quite a, and quite a nice shape on him, quite a tallish. He looks taller probably than he actually is, but he looks quite nice. He's quite a nice chap. He's got a lovely smiley face. Now, he suffered with his back as well. He said, when it came toward the end, he had a lot of pain in his back. And he liked gardens. He liked flowers and things in the garden. He's saying that, he's got a garden as well. He's still got a garden. So they must have gardens wherever he is. He still has a garden. And he's saying that he had 3 heart attacks. Oh, that would have been the back as well, because you have pains in the back as well, don't you? 3 heart attacks. Ah, poor man. He used to be a taxi driver. Oh. I don't know why you thought you might smell him. Maybe you smelled other people on him. I don't know. Haven't the faintest idea. But he misses holidays. He misses holidays. Jodie, he said he should have taken more holidays. That's one regret. He misses holidays. He wished he'd have taken more. He would have liked to have seen more of the world, is what he's saying. I would have liked to have seen more of the world, and he does. That's one thing he regrets, is not seeing as much of the world as he should. And he wants you to get out and enjoy yourself as much as you can. Okay, he doesn't want you to regret what he regrets. Okay? But he is happy. He is happy where he is. He is happy. He was always working. Oh. Well, he must have been working, and that's why he didn't have as many holidays as he should have had, perhaps. And that's one thing he regrets. I suppose we all have regrets, don't we, when it's too late, I mean, that's sort of an inevitable thing, isn't it, really? You don't have to be a psychic medium to work that one out, I suppose. But he is happy where he is. He's happy, and he wants you to be happy. Oh, he said, that's why I'm telling her to do whatever she can now while you're young. Do whatever you can while you're young. He wasn't that old either, was he? He wasn't that old when he passed. Because he's quite a handsome man. He hasn't lost his looks. You can see that, he's not a keep fit type fellow, but he's got good looks. You know, he's a nice looking fellow. He's got a nice face, very nice face. And he says his hair's back. He's got hair now. His hair's growing back. 49 when he passed. Oh, that's why he looks so handsome then. Oh, that's awfully young, isn't it? 49. How sad. How sad. He said he hopes that you know how much he loves you. And the smell was cigarettes. He wishes he didn't smoke when he was young, and he wished they stopped people smoking in cars earlier. So he knows that people don't smoke in cars now. Oh, I suppose as a taxi driver, he would have been around smoking things a lot, wouldn't he? Oh, probably that's what he means, the smell. Probably smoke of people smoking in his car if he was a taxi driver. That's what I'm imagining. I don't know. I'm just guessing. He's just shaking his head. But a handsome man, very handsome man. So just, that's what he wants for you. That's the message he's got for you, Jodie. You know, 40 a day. That's, but as he said, they didn't know. Oh, dear me. It's something that happens, people weren't aware of the dangers of smoking, I mean, I used to smoke when I was young. My God, I used to sit there with my children and smoke, because we had no idea that smoking was bad for us when we were youngsters. I mean, I haven't smoked for yonks, long time I haven't smoked. But I mean, I did when I was younger. And, it's one of those things. But, he wants you to just enjoy yourself and do as much as you can. Get out there and enjoy yourself and see a bit of the world is what he's saying. Because that's what he would have liked. All right, darling? I'll leave you with that, Jodie. All right? Blessed be, sweetheart. It's got to be very difficult to lose a family member at that age, a mum or a dad. Far too young to go. Right. You're welcome, darling. So I'm having a look. Oh, dear me. Let me see who I'm drawn to. Do keep posting messages on here so that I can see, and then it's whoever I get drawn to. If you post a question, perhaps. Angela Whitehouse, are you still here? Angela Whitehouse? I said, keep writing the questions. Oh. There were quite a few people here tonight. Dirk, Hugworth, your okay, so your dad was a big chap like you, wasn't he? Dirk, here's a big man. Okay, and a poker. a prodder. He was very tactile when he spoke to people, because the way he's moving his hands here, you know. He's got his hands out, he's touch, 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 you know. Very big chappy. He's still big and he still looks good. Still looks good. And he's wearing a pair of shorts. He's got shorts on and a t-shirt. And he's quite a happy looking fellow. Quite a happy looking man. Yes, it is him. He used sign language. Ah, very much touchy. Yeah, he's a grabber, a toucher, a grabber. Now he can talk and he can hear. He's got no problems there, but he still, you know, touches me before he says something. Every time he's going to say something, he's touching me. Poking and prodding. He comes to see you a lot as well, and your mum. Yes, he's there all the time. He said, where else do you think he's going to be? Where else do you think he's going to be? He says he gets to see everybody. He can see everybody. It's quite funny. Do you know what he's just said? Now, I don't know whether it sounds so silly, but he's just said he's like Father Christmas. Actually, he said, I'm like Santa Claus. I'm like Santa Claus. I get around everywhere. I get around everywhere now. He's like Santa Claus. He's even touching me so that I look at him so I can see him laughing, you know. Ah, right. He's so funny. Like Santa Claus. He can be everywhere at the same time. He's got round cheeks, round cheeks, and they've got quite rosy as well, quite rosy cheeks. He's a very nice man, but he's fine. He's absolutely fine, and he knows that people think about him, because he's saying he knows that he's saying, I know I'm not forgotten. I know I'm not forgotten. And that's the important thing. That's what he said. He knows he's not forgotten, and that's the important thing. But a lovely man, lovely man. And he's showing me his knees. Why is he showing me his knees? They don't hurt, he's saying. His knees don't hurt anymore. So I don't know whether he's had cricky knees or stiff knees or something, but he's saying his knees don't hurt anymore. But he doesn't need them. He is a funny man. He is a funny man. His knees don't hurt anymore, but he doesn't need them. He is funny man, Dirk. Very funny. In life, he must have been a riot. He really must have been a riot. He's a very, very sweet man. Okay, so I want you to know that he does love you, and he does see you, and he does see your mum, and he's absolutely fine, and he's happy that you haven't forgotten him, because that's, to him, is the most important thing. Okay? His knees and his feet were painful. But he's saying now his knees are absolutely fine, but he doesn't need them now. but they're fine. So you're very, very welcome, Dirk. Very welcome. And he's a very happy man. You're welcome. Oh dear me, that was exhausting. Do they take your strength away, honestly, because they use your energy? He is a very, very humorous man. I bet he was hilarious to live with. Mind you, he would have been exhausting, I think. An exhausting human being he would have been. But I'm exhausted now. Gosh, right. Let me just have a second or two. Ah, bless him. He exhausted me, that gentleman, because his humour was big and he had a big personality, and that has really exhausted me. Let's have a little look here. Whew. Okay, Stephanie. I have a lady here for you, Stephanie. She could be your grandparent. Now she's showing me about 60 or 70, so that might been, she may be showing me herself younger than she actually was when she passed, because they can show us at any age, you know. Some will show us as they passed, and others, they don't want that. They want to be, you know, they choose a different time of their life to show themselves, which is fine. I'd probably show myself around about 30 when I was decent to look at myself, actually. I'm not going to show myself as an old bag when I'm passed off, but there we go. This lady is quite a nice lady. Stephanie, and she lost a lot of weight before she passed, because when she was younger she was quite a robust lady, yeah, but I feel that she lost quite a lot as she got older, and just before she passed away she lost quite a bit, and she had her hair quite sort of short and curly it was, but she lost a lot of the curls as she got older, and you know, and that sort of depressed her a little bit, because she did like her hair a lot, and it used to, you know, look at it and think, oh, it's not as nice as it was, but it's fine now because she's showing me it's back to what it was. Her hair's back like it was. She's happy. She's really happy. Now she's got a lovely, like a blue dress with white flowers on, and she said that you will recognize the dress. It was, okay, darling. Okay, it was navy blue, white flowers, and there was a belt around the waist. She said to tell you that because you'll remember the dress. She said, tell her about the dress because she will remember the dress. Navy blue dress, white flowers, and the belt around the waist. She said, you will remember her dress. She said, tell her about it, she'll remember her dress. Oh, bless her heart. You do? Good. She's a lovely lady. She's a very sweet lady. And she's got a quiet type of a voice. It's a very relaxing little voice, you know. It's not a shy voice, but it's a quiet voice, you know. She's talking very quiet and very precise. She's a nice lady. And she's showing me her dress. Yes, it is a very nice dress. She wants you to know that she can remember things now, Stephanie. She said she wants you to know that she can remember things and she hasn't got a bad memory now. So I don't know whether her memory went a little bit when she, you know, got a little older, but she's saying she's got a good memory now and she can remember things. So that's good. And she wants you to know that she's okay, and she wants you to know that she has come to visit you. She has been there to see you. And she's with a brother. She's with her brother, so yeah, she's with you, one of your uncles. Now, she said that she watched you looking for something. She watched you looking for something that you couldn't find, and she was following you around the house as you were looking for it. Not long ago, she was there with you, and she said, can you remember looking for it, looking for something, and you couldn't find it, and then you did find it. And she said she was the one that guided you to it. So I don't know what it was, but it was something in the house. You must have put it down and couldn't find it. And she was the one that guided you to it. But you looked everywhere for it. And that's when she saw you last time. She's a finger pointer too. She's like this. She's pointing with a finger. Like, you know. I went with her. I went with her when she was looking for something, and I pointed her where to go. That's what she's doing. I showed her where to go, and she found it. And that's when I was there the last time. That's what she's doing. She watched you as you were looking for it. She's a lovely lady, very, very lovely lady. She's glad that you're remembering the dress. And she will come and see you again. So it must have been the last time she saw you was a week or two ago, but she will be coming to see you again. Okay? But she wants you to know that she's okay, that she's fine, and everybody is fine. She's saying, oh yes, I'm very happy. So she is very, very happy, darling. And she wants you to know that you're loved. Always, always that, she said. Always. Tell her that I love her. Tell her she was always loved. All right, darling? She was always loved. Oh, bless her. Oh, love her. A lovely lady. Okay then, so I'll leave that with you, Stephanie. All right, darling? I'll leave that with you. Right, now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm exhausted from that, honestly. I know it. I've only been on that one hour and a quarter, but I'm absolutely exhausted. She knows you love her, Stephanie. She knows that, darling. A very, very sweet lady she is with her dress. Very sweet lady. So I'm going to go. I'm sorry that I couldn't get around everybody, but it would be impossible to do too many, you know. I was aiming for an hour, but I've gone over that now, and I am absolutely exhausted. I could probably come back another day this week. So if you're not a member of the page, add the page, follow and like it, share the page out, look out on the page for the notifications, and you'll see when I'm online next. It's possible I'll be back on again one day this week. I'm not 100% sure, but it is possible I'll be back on one day this week. Do that, and you might get your message from the spirit world next time, if I'm doing spirit worlds, or you'll have a card reading. Okay? So I'm going to go. I'm going to wish you all the best, all of you, and I love you all, and thank you all so much for sharing, and thank you for coming online. And I'll catch you the next time. But don't forget, add the page, join, follow, like, share, and then make sure you get your notifications. Okay? Bye-bye. Love you all. Bye-bye, and thank you.